deals. So obviously, outside of getting the boats out, we've recovered them. We kind of got places where they go. If it's damaged, we can cut it up and get rid of it. But is there a way to get a deal into all this? Because obviously, there's a bunch of boats that might not be fully damaged, and maybe it is like it got lifted up in a storm surge, put in someone's yard. You came in, you craned it out, you put it down, but the owner doesn't want it. Maybe it was I think you call it CTL or something like that, something total loss. And it goes to where does it go? And can someone get that boat and like find a deal and be able to get their boat, repair it, and get themselves into something? Maybe it's pretty nice that they got to put a little bit of work into. Is that possible?
Little.
Yeah, the free boat that's never free.
I know Phil's going to cover this, but I just say buyer beware, whether you know it's salvaged or not. You know, getting a boat out of an auction, as I said before, is not for the faint of heart. At least you know if it's a proper auction and you know the boat was in a hurricane, it's going to be pretty transparent. But we've had members that have bought boats in states away from the coast or hurricane land, and they were unaware of it. So I just got to speak up for the marine surveyors out there. No matter what you're buying, get a good marine surveyor on that boat. And they'll be able to turn up discoloration in fiberglass. Well, why is it here? They may be able to find other damage that you cannot with the naked eye. So, but Phil knows this answer probably better than I do.
Funny, I was going to point toward you, but I can give a little bit of background here, a little color. So there are some bigger companies. I think what we're finding is, especially post-storm, it is far easier to dispose of 2, 3, 4, 500 boats at a time to these wholesalers. You can just make one big deal as an insurer with one wholesaler, one recoverer. They get everything and it moves on. I think the man hours saved in that is a lot of why you're seeing that happen. The second part of that is, especially in the last, we'll call it 4 years, everyone is aware of how difficult it was to get parts and get service when the supply chain froze up. So what we were seeing was typically for a boat to be considered a constructive total loss, it was well above 50% in damage, sometimes even approaching 70% in damage. What the insurance companies, I was at a seminar that spoke to this, what the insurance companies were finding was that it was taking up to a year to get parts to fix boats, whether it be engine parts, fiberglass parts, hardware, whatever it is, because the supply chain was so jacked up. So they were actually calling boats constructive total loss at a far lower percentage because it wasn't worth dragging it out for 6, 8, 10, 12 months. So for quite a while there, you could find an awful lot of boats that didn't have that much damage that were being called CTLs. But I also think that those wholesale yards, the salvage yards that were taking the boats, got game to that pretty quick, and you saw the prices go up with it. It's always what the market will bear. For somebody who truly knows what they're doing, someone with a marine background, sure, there are a lot of boats out there.
Hey there, sorry to take you away from the video, but real quick, did you know that on average a boat owner will spend between $1,000 and $5,000 a year just on servicing their engine? And you could actually pocket and save a lot of that money if you would just do the service yourself. It might seem like a daunting task, but I guarantee you virtually everyone can do it with our guidance and the Boaters program. This is just one skill that you could learn inside the program because we have hundreds of other videos teaching you all kinds of boating skills, as well as a weekly live stream where we have questions and answers with me, as well as a chat feature where you can send videos and pictures, ask all kinds of questions, or look for some advice or some guidance on a project that you're doing on your boat. You can join the program by hitting the first link in the description, clicking join, or visiting bornagainboating.com. Now back to the video.